Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh and selamat sejahtera. My name is Afiq Hamizan Bin Syaharudin under supervision of Encik Muhammad Saiful Firdaus bin Hussein. Today I would like to present extraction of hydroxyapatite using different temperature and extraction time from fish byproduct for biomedical application. For presentation outline, I will start with introduction, objective and scope, problem statement, literature review, research methodology, and lastly, preliminary result. So for introduction, background of study, hydroxyapatite or HA is a source of calcium for teeth, an important compound to repair a bone. HA also are most stable based on physiological conditions. HA are high bioactivity, high compatibility, and non-toxicity for human body. Annual demand of fish are increased every year. The need of fish has led to abundant fish waste. There are three applications for HA. Health application for biomaterial bone repair. Second, human body implant material. And lastly, scaffold for tissue engineering. Fish bone are also contain carbonate HA, water, type 1 collagens and non-collagenous protein. After that, we going to objective and scope. For objective, first, to analyze the potential of fish bone for tissue regeneration using bibliometric study. Second, to investigate the effect different temperature of hydroxyapatite towards hydroxyapatite productions. And lastly, to characterize hydroxyapatite using XRD, SEM and TGA. This I will explain in preliminary result. For scope of research, first, literature study on the first journal to get a more understanding about the research using bibliometric study. Second, study the physical properties of fish bone and dry in oven for 45 minutes. Third, investigate the amount of calcinated fish bone powder when using 200 gram fish bone. Number 4, investigate the best temperature and hydroxyapatite yielded percent for thermal calcination. And lastly, observe the color appearance in different temperature and improving the synthesis method to produce hydroxyapatite for fish bone. So, we move to problem statement. First, to change our old method, which is bone graft. Bone graft are very expensive and time consuming because bone graft are taking other part of the bone of other bone in a human bodies and replace it to the broken bone. Second, limited supply of natural bone for bone replacement. There are growing needs for synthetic bone to replace bone. Third, incorporate byproduct and waste for fish bone waste as alternative to obtain unlimited HA. Lastly, to overcome religious issue, which is for Muslim, Jew, Indians for HA production. For example, as a Muslim, we are prohibited to use porcine HA production. For Jewish and Indian, they are prohibited to use bovine HA production. For method of synthesis HA, there are 4: dry method, wet method, hydrothermal, and lastly, combination method. In literature review, bibliometric study. Bibliometric study are referred to across science of quantitative analysis of all knowledge carried with mathematical and statistical method. Development of bibliometric tools such as Gephi, Leximeter, VoiceViewer, and scientific database like Scopus. Hydroxyapatite or HA is a natural mineral consists of C, P, O in CAP group. The structure and chemical are very similar to mineral compound in human bone. Ha also a more stable compound in major bone component. Next, for my literature review, are method of synthesis Ha. There are 4 methods to synthesis Ha, which is dry method. Dry method is a solid state reaction and mechanical alloying process of prepare Ha. Second, wet method. Wet method are Solger rod analysis and hydrolysis analysis. Third, hydrothermal. Hydrothermal is aqueous solution of high temperature and high voltage analysis. And lastly, combination method. Combination method are producing approximately close to the ideal CAP ratio, which is 1.67. For the last of my literature review are Turnus obesus, which is tuna. Tuna is a fish species of great commercial importance in tropical and subtropical water of Pacific, Atlantic, and Indian Ocean. The waste of tuna has recently become a serious issue in coastal area of Korea. For research methodology, the preparation of fishbone powder. The sample of fishbone are get from Melaka supermarket. After that, we will clean and wash with distilled water to remove flesh and blood. After that, put it in oven for 45 minutes with 100 degrees Celsius. After that, the dry fishbone will be going to a calcination process. After the calcination process, the calcinate fishbone are already produced. After that, going to crushing process to get a calcinated powder. For preliminary result, there are 3 samples with calcination period, calcination temperature, initial weight after calcination, and description. Description are referring to fishbone appearance. After that, we will characterize hydroxyapatite using SRD, SEM, and TGA. SRD is an experimental science that determines the atomic and molecular structure of a crystal by the crystalline structure, causing a beam of incident X-ray to diffract into a many specific direction. SEM is a type of electron microscope that used to concentrate a beam of electron to scan the surface of the sample to create a picture. Lastly, TGA is a type of thermal analysis in which the mass of sample is measured as temperature change over time. That's all for me. So thank you.